Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge and Steffi receive unfavorable news. Hope and Carter form a covenant. Editors have independently selected all of the goods and services that are listed. On the other hand, soaps.com might get paid a commission for orders made through its retail links, and the retailer might get some data that can be audited for bookkeeping purposes. Carter tells Hope in his loft that she consumes all of his thoughts. Right here, he says, taking her hand and putting it on his heart. They begin to take his shirt off and kiss passionately all of a sudden. Hope responds, "We shouldn't," and applies the brakes. He's nuzzling her neck and breathing heavily. Hope says it again, "They shouldn't." "But we could," he responds. They resume their relationship. Deacon asks Brooke to try his dessert at Il Giardino. Has their daughter given her any updates? He queries. No, Brooke responds, she and Carter are most likely still in the office. They discuss how Steffi is putting her under siege. Brooke tells him how amazing it was to witness Carter praising Hope. Deacon feels as like he has a completely different perspective on her. Carter's top priority as COO, according to Brooke, is the firm, but today it appeared that Hope was his top priority. They discuss the toll Hope has suffered. Although Brooke cautions that doing so might exacerbate the situation, Deacon would want to vent to Steffi. Deacon is appreciative of Carter's concern for Hope. After hanging up the phone in Forrester's office, Steffi informs Ridge that she has bad news. A major customer has cancelled on Hope for the future. With Hope's line these days, it's standard procedure. Ridge believes that they are delaying what is bound to happen. Steffi believes they would have closed it down long ago if it had been someone else's line except Hope's. It won't be the last buyer who cancelled over the phone. Carter's optimistic assessment of the circumstances won't make a difference. Both of them are aware of that. Steffi calls B&B. I want you so much, Carter tells Hope in his loft. She rests her forehead on his while gazing into his eyes. Carter asks her if she feels his heart pounding because he hasn't felt like this in a while. I have been considering you for a while now. Just the two of us. He feels she's been thinking the same things. He claims he can fulfill all of her needs and wants. Ridge and Steffi discuss the problems with Hope and her line at work. Steffi acknowledges that she is on edge due of her kiss with Finn, but this is all about her boundaries. She desires the success of Hope for the future. When they cut her daughter's line, she asks her father what he believes will happen to Brooke. Ridge believes she will comprehend. Steffi claims she won't enjoy it. The Logans support one another no matter what. Ridge brushes off the idea that the Forresters follow suit. Steffi claims that they own the business. Hope will lose a piece of herself if her line is cut. She has no intention of ruining her life. Ridge claims that she reconsidered the line. He is asked to remind Hope and Brooke of that by Steffi. The sentence "I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am" doesn't seem to be surviving in her opinion. Brooke prods Deacon about getting married to Sheila at Il Giardino. Deacon believes they should limit their conversation to how to support Hope. Brooke believes Carter did a great job helping them with it. Deacon wishes she could meet a personal partner who was like that. If Brooke is aware that she is seeing someone, he queries. A part of Brooke says she hopes to make amends with Liam. The way Liam alternated between Hope and Steffi bothers Deacon. It makes him think of Ridge, Taylor, and her. Hope's predicament is being discussed, not Brooke's. She informs Deacon that Hope's kiss with Thomas in Rome also caused harm to Liam. She simply wants the next man her daughter meets to be her soul mate, even if she's not sure whether they will have a shot together. There has to be someone, according to Deacon, who can offer Hope everything she deserves and even more. Brooke tells Deacon she couldn't agree more as they make their way to the bar. Hope deserves to have a lovely mother that values her in her life. Deacon questions whether they ought to attempt some matchmaking. He gripes that the powerful people ought to give Hope's line some breathing room. They discuss Carter's defense of it. Deacon might invite the man to supper with his girlfriend, whatever she may be. A few months ago, Brooke says that might have been her sister, but she's not so sure now. They restate that having their daughter would be a blessing for any man. Hope tells Carter at his loft that she thinks he's handsome, but she's just not ready. Ridge informs Steffi that they will need to monitor Hope for the future's stats while they are at work. Steffi is concerned that the upcoming collection won't succeed. They will need to alter their ways. Ridge is aware. He scowls. In any case, what was the whole point of Carter advocating for Hope's line? Steffi remarks that he seems to perceive something in Hope that the others do not. She enumerates Carter's virtues in his loft. It means the world to her that he did this. However, a lot in her life is uncertain at the moment. She discusses what happened with Finn, Thomas, and Liam. Carter's involvement with her Aunt Katie is another thing she cannot deny. Carter laughs. They are merely pals, and his feelings for Hope and Katie are very different from one another. The blonde advises him to proceed cautiously and cautions that this must be kept a secret for the time being. Are you able to consent to everything that? Carter pulls her into a passionate kiss while seeming to consider it. They stop to smile at each other after making out. Is Steffi Forrester mean, envious, and spiteful? She's attractive, audacious, and successful beyond measure. Without a doubt, Steffi Forrester from The Bold and the Beautiful is being discussed. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful: is Steffi Forrester mean, envious, and spiteful? Even though it's undeniable that many women would give anything to spend a day in Steffi's shoes, it appears like Steffi is becoming more and more resentful, jealous, and cruel every day. Does this woman still feel happy in her life? She constantly starts arguments and gives advice to others, especially to Hope Logan and her mother Brooke Logan. Every day, Steffi makes an effort to demonstrate to everyone at Forrester Creations who is in control and what role they play in the organization. However, it appears that her attitude has gotten worse since then. As many fans of The Bold and the Beautiful know, Carter's announcement that Ivy and Electra Forrester will be working on a new jewelry line for the company did not sit well with Steffi. Moreover, it appears that Steffi has cause to doubt Carter's intentions. This woman needs to just let things alone and get along with people. It doesn't seem as though many people still look up to Steffi Forrester as the powerful woman she once was. Many fans of The Bold and the Beautiful are curious as to why Steffi has recently turned sour. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful: what will happen to Steffi Forrester next? Is it possible that her desire is for something that other people lack? Is she depressed in secret? Or is she simply so desperate for respect and power that she will stop at nothing, or even worse, say anything it takes to feel better than others? It's obvious that this isn't the Steffi we know and love. Obviously, the only way for fans to find out what happens next is to watch The Bold and the Beautiful every single day. Keep an eye on this area. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful, what are your thoughts on this narrative? Carter Electra cuts his boss and becomes dethroned next week. According to spoilers for the CBS soap opera Bold and the Beautiful, Will Spencer and Carter Walton may have let their guard down and taken strange turns when making decisions that could affect their jobs. Will is unable to contain his adoration for the numerous stunning women that are circling FC next week. However, everyone but Electra Forrester disappears from his view following a collision with her at work. Then, in the boardroom, Carter Walton stirs things up with a few pointed remarks while keeping a close eye on Hope Logan's back. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful: Will Spencer electrified? According to previews, Electra Forrester, a newcomer to B&B, will have Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, completely enamored by her next week. Linnea Grace plays the role of her. Her connection to the family is through Eric Forrester, John McCook. She is the granddaughter of Eric's brother, and soon the son of a competing family starts to have tunnel vision for this newcomer. Will Spencer's mother probably won't appreciate it, even though his father Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, is pleased with his son acting like a rooster in a henhouse. Beautiful and Bold: Carter Walton Spencer Will. Thus, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, as Will drools his way through his apprenticeship, undoubtedly tries to slow her son down a little too soon on Bold and the Beautiful. It won't take long for his mother to discover why he needs this internship. then she probably sees glimpses of his father. Spoilers for B&B, Carter Walton risks everything. Carter Walton will get overly animated in the boardroom next week, according to B&B spoilers. However, he is not getting along with some of his co-workers. His abrupt transition from a numbers man grabs notice. The worries of Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, quickly lead to issues. According to teasers for Bold and the Beautiful, once the Forrester daughter finds out about Carter's extracurricular activities and those of Hope Logan, Annika Noel, allegations are likely to follow. Steffi is going to think that Hope employs Carter Walton in order to maintain her line of designs. But once she finds out about Carter's personal relationship, she would undoubtedly take a harsh line against him for supporting HFTF. It appears that Carter deviated from his customary safe approach for FC. He took this action thinking Hope would gain from it in the end. You can be sure that Steffi will take that and run with it. However, you can also bet that Carter Walton runs errands for himself, all the way to the top. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Will and Carter handle a difficult course. Will Spencer finds himself in direct collision with Electra Forrester in Bold and the Beautiful, and he is enthralled with what he witnesses in the aftermath. There are issues even with Will being a Spencer and Electra being a Forrester. But Wood's mother would probably soon find out about his scheme to socialize with the models at work. Katie Logan will therefore quickly realize that Will is not interested in advancing his career through this internship. Nevertheless, his father is pleased with his son for approaching his new role like a competitor on the dating game. Secondly, it appears that Bold and the Beautiful creates the conditions for a falling out between Will's parents. Speaking of friction, Carter quickly discovers that his office romance presents a challenge. According to the spoilers, Will's plot soon becomes entwined with Carter's. B&B teasers, battling for their ladies? Along with her Aunt Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, Electra visits the city. According to teasers for Bold and Beautiful, these two Forrester women intend to introduce FC to a jewelry brand. But that becomes difficult to sell because Steffi still has feelings for Ivy. By the end of the following week, Carter goes awry. According to B&B spoilers, he approaches Eric and suggests that Steffi's personal problems are impeding FC's ability to succeed as a business. Thus, even if he supports Hope, it appears that he also supports the jewelry brand. The possibility of a real romance between Carter Walton and Hope Logan has become one of the most intriguing developments in the Bold and the Beautiful. What started as an unexpected attraction now threatens to become something deeper, a love story that could change both of their lives. Carter, a man who has repeatedly suffered heartbreak, seems drawn to Hope, who is trying to find stability and happiness amidst the chaos that surrounds her personal and professional life. As their relationship intensifies, it raises significant questions about their futures, their motivations, and the fallout that could arise from their deepening connection. Carter Walton is no stranger to heartbreak. Having endured a series of failed relationships, from his ill-fated engagement to Quinn Fuller, his unresolved feelings for Zoe Buckingham, and his quick rebound with Paris Buckingham, he has struggled to find lasting love. Carter's history in romantic entanglements has always painted him as someone who gives his heart fully, but often to women who are emotionally unavailable or otherwise committed. This pattern has left him disillusioned, and viewers have seen a man who deeply craves love but hesitates to trust it. Hope Logan, on the other hand, has experienced her own share of romantic turmoil. Her marriage to Liam Spencer has always been tumultuous, filled with love but marred by betrayals, insecurities, and complicated entanglements with Steffi Forrester, Liam's ex-wife and mother of his daughter. Over the years, Hope has tried to hold her marriage together, but as cracks form in her relationship with Liam, she begins to seek comfort elsewhere. Carter, in his steadiness and emotional availability, becomes a compelling alternative, offering Hope something different from the uncertainty she often feels with Liam. The dynamic between Carter and Hope started subtly, with professional interactions at Forrester Creations sparking their connection. At first, it seemed as though they were simply friendly colleagues with a mutual respect for one another's work. However, as Hope found herself confiding in Carter about her frustrations with Liam, the emotional bond between them grew stronger. Carter, with his calm demeanor and empathetic nature, provided Hope with a sense of stability that she desperately needed. In Carter, Hope found someone who truly listened, someone who understood her in a way that Liam often failed to. The transition from friendship to romance for Carter and Hope may have seemed sudden, but in reality, it was a slow burn. Their relationship blossomed from moments of vulnerability shared in quiet conversations, where both realized that their respective partners had not been fulfilling their emotional needs. As they began to lean on each other more and more, the chemistry between them became undeniable. The tension reached its peak when Carter made his feelings for Hope known, a bold move for a man who had often been reluctant to pursue relationships after his many failed attempts. Hope, too, found herself drawn to Carter in a way that surprised even her. Having been loyal to Liam for so long, the idea of falling for another man, especially one as different from Liam as Carter, seemed unthinkable. Yet, there was something magnetic about Carter's presence. He wasn't just a rebound or a distraction from her problems with Liam, he was someone who made her feel valued and seen. Their connection, both emotional and physical, started to shift from a close friendship into something that had the potential to turn into real love. The potential for real romance between Carter and Hope is particularly compelling because of how it contrasts with their past relationships. For Hope, Carter represents a departure from the drama and turbulence that has defined her relationship with Liam. With Carter, Hope feels like she has found a partner who is mature, emotionally present, and ready to build a future with her. The absence of constant emotional ping-ponging, as she experienced with Liam and Steffi's endless back and forth, gives Hope a glimpse of what a peaceful, stable relationship might look like. Carter, meanwhile, sees Hope as a fresh start. After years of chasing after women who were emotionally unavailable or who had divided loyalties, Carter is drawn to Hope's sincerity and warmth. She is not only beautiful but also kind-hearted and committed to building a life of integrity. For Carter, Hope represents the kind of love he has always dreamed of but never quite found, a love that is based on mutual respect, understanding, and an authentic connection. But, of course, this romance is not without its complications. Liam, ever a presence in Hope's life, remains a significant obstacle. Though Hope's feelings for Carter may be growing, her lingering love for Liam makes the situation messy. Despite the emotional exhaustion of her marriage, Hope has a family with Liam, and her commitment to their daughter Beth weighs heavily on her mind. Leaving Liam for Carter would not be a simple decision, and it is unlikely to come without heartbreak and fallout. The audience, too, is left wondering if Hope's attraction to Carter is driven by genuine feelings or a response to the ongoing instability in her marriage. For Carter, this romance with Hope is a risk. While he is used to taking risks in love, this one comes with higher stakes, as it involves a woman who is still legally and emotionally tied to someone else. By pursuing Hope, Carter could alienate himself from Liam and from the broader Forrester family, where loyalty often defines relationships and professional standing. If Carter and Hope's romance becomes public, there's no doubt that it will lead to significant consequences, both personally and professionally. The potential for drama also extends to Steffi Forrester, Liam's ex and Hope's longtime rival. Steffi has a vested interest in the well-being of her family, particularly her daughter Kelly, who shares a father with Hope's daughter Beth. A romance between Carter and Hope could spark tensions that go beyond just a simple love triangle. It could impact the complicated family dynamics between Liam, Hope, Steffi, and their children. Steffi might feel compelled to protect her own interests and ensure that her daughter's family unit is preserved, adding even more layers to the emotional conflict. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to explore the developing relationship between Carter and Hope, the question remains, is this the real romance that both of them have been searching for, or is it destined to crumble under the weight of external pressures? Their connection seems strong, built on mutual respect, emotional vulnerability, and shared dreams of a future without the complications of their past relationships. However, the realities of Hope's lingering ties to Liam and Carter's fraught romantic history cannot be ignored. This storyline is packed with the kind of intense emotions and high stakes that viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful crave. Watching Carter and Hope navigate their feelings and the inevitable fallout from their burgeoning romance will undoubtedly keep fans on the edge of their seats. Whether they find true happiness together or become the latest victims of heartbreak, their story promises to be one of the most memorable and engaging plotlines of the season. For now, one thing is clear, both Carter and Hope are standing at the precipice of something life-changing. Whether they take the leap together or fall apart remains to be seen.